Good morning, grade 7. I hope everybody's doing well, inshallah. Today we are in working with words or making new words on page 91. We will talk about part A, making new words. Uh, Today we will talk mainly about making adjectives. We have adjectives end with I, B, L, like impossible. Okay, you know most of them, like terrible, visible, horrible, credible, sensible, and divisible. Let's talk about their meanings in Arabic, then we will match them with the definition in English. Terrible like مريع, visible مرئي, horrible فظيع, credible يمكن تصديقه أو مصدق، sensible منطقي، أو divisible يعني يمكن قسمه مقسوم يمكن قسمته. Okay? Which two words mean very bad? Two words mean very bad. They are terrible and horrible. I think it's easy for you to match them with their definitions in English because I said them in Arabic. Which word means wise, hakim, or having a reason, منطقي? We said sensible. Which word means can be seen? يمكن رؤيته أو مرئي, like visible. Number 4, which word means can be split up into smaller parts? Split up. يمكن قسمته. Divisible. And the last one goes for it can be believed. It's credible. شباب وصبايا, these words you are required to memorize them. انتم مطلوب منكم تحفظوا معانيهم بالإنجليش because in the exam you don't have most of you don't have the booklet, so we may not ask you about the words in the booklet, but you are required, انتم مطالبين بانه تحفظوا كل معاني الكلمات اللي موجودين هون بالكتاب او موجودين بالورك بوك. Okay, now let's move to the other kind of adjectives, adding ABL, able. These kinds of adjectives which end with ABL, we usually add this suffix to a verb. Some verbs can be made into adjective by adding able. إذا زدناها على الفعل, we make it an adjective. If we add this suffix to the verb, يعني verb plus ABL, we come up with adjective. Okay, like here, blinking spread tears across your eyes to help keep them clean and comfortable. Okay, now let's read these adjectives and write the verbs. Breakable, what is the verb from breakable? Easy, it's break. Believable, believe. Lovable, love. And separable, separate. Now, activity number 3. Look at these words, lovable and believable. What do you think the rule of adding suffix ABL, E, is? Write the rule. What is the verb of this adjective? It is love. Believe, believable, believe. What do you think the rule is? شو القاعدة? It is obvious that there is no E in the adjective. Love, it ends with E. Believe ends with E as well. But in the adjective, there is no E. So, for, here's the rule. For the verbs ending with E, you should drop the E before adding the suffix able, able. Okay, delete or drop the E from the verb before we add the suffix. بنمسح الإي تمام. But you have to look out, there are exceptions. شو يعني exceptions؟ استثناءات. Likeable and noticeable. Likeable we keep the E and noticeable we keep the E. You should memorize them or keep them in your mind that these are exceptions. Now let's do activity number 4. Find words in activity 1 and 2 that mean the same or nearly the same as these words. Believable, like مصدق or can be believed, يمكن تصديقه. We said credible. Likeable, محبوب, nearly as lovable. Divisible, like separable. Terrible, we said it, it's like horrible. Okay, now let's move to workbook, please. Now in the workbook on page 78, activity number 1 is homework for you, boys and girls. Send it to your teachers. Easy, you have to complete the adjectives and then choose which adjective ends with IBL, which E, or which adjective ends with ABLE. Now let's do activity number 2. Write the opposite of these words. Use in, am, or un. Check in your dictionary. I will be your dictionary as well, dear students. Credible. What is the opposite of credible? It is incredible. This is familiar to you. Visible, invisible. This is the negative one or the opposite. Credible مصدق, incredible لا يصدق. Visible مرئي, invisible غير مرئي. Possible, you know, it is possible. Divisible, divisible. Divisible. Breakable, unbreakable غير قابل للكسر. Separable, lovable, lovable. Believable, believable. Unbelievable. Sorry for that. Boys and girls, before I move to activity number 3, I need to drag your attention that here in this word lovable, they put the E, but I think this is a mistake because in the student book there is no E and in the teacher guide there is no E. So this is mistake. So there is no E over here. Okay, I wrote it here without an E. Okay, please notice that. Let's do activity number 3. Choose the best word from exercise 1 and 2 to complete these sentences. Use each word once only. Okay, let me remind you, this is in and in, am, in, un, in, On and on. Okay. I thought that film was. The story was ridiculous and completely ridiculous. يعني بدلك إنه شو. That was terrible. إنه ما عجبها. Terrible, ridiculous, and completely unbelievable. This glass is, if you drop it on the floor, it won't even crack. ما رح تنخدش حتى. So this glass is unbreakable. Number 3. 36 is by 3 and 4. It is by 5. The number 36. It is divisible. يمكن قسمته by 3 and 4. It is by 5. Can we divide it on 5? No, it is indivisible. Number 4. The special effects in the film were, and exclamation mark, the creatures from space were really, they had 4 eyes and horns on their heads. شكله عاجب هالفيلم, so were incredible. The creatures from the space were really, with 4 eyes and horns. It's horrible. These shoes are very. Is it to change them? If you want to change something, so it's uncomfortable. Is it possible to change them? And the last one, Ben is very boy. He works hard and he has lots of ideas. شكله حدا محبوب, so he is likable. And remember the verb likable, we keep the E, we don't omit it, we don't drop it. Works hard and he has lots of sensible ideas. أفكار منطقية. Thank you very much. Let's meet in the second class إن شاء الله.